Hey everyone, it is Ron from Cali Fabrics. We've got an amazing group of Deadstocks. We have some really high-end shirtings. We've got some wools, we got some linens, a great group of Deadstock. Cannot wait to show you. All right, there are just so many good finds in this group. We'll start over here. These are 4 more kind of colorways, designs in the Cupro linings we got recently. So these, if you haven't seen them yet, these are beautiful. These are high-end with this really beautiful kind of woven and design. Some of these have this sort of striping, like this guy here, this one here. This one here has kind of the similar striping. This one has more of a geometric stripe. We have a good group of those already in the shop, 15 or so, but we were able to get a few more colors. Those ones were really popular, so we saw if there's anything left, and there's a few other things that we hadn't gotten. So this is kind of a taupe, this is a sand, this is a really pretty like dark charcoal or black, and then this really pretty like midnight kind of geo stripe. These are amazing, breathable, comfortable lining fabrics made out of 100% Cupro. Really nice, very slick, perfect for like the inside of a jacket or something like that. Really wonderful. This one here, we don't get cotton velvet very often, but we got this one offered to us, and it was just a really pretty, rich, nice, thick weight. Really great quality, really nice and dense black cotton velvet. It's really pretty. And this one is another one that was just kind of like a unique find. We don't bring in a lot of lace, but when we get something really kind of special or interesting offered, a lot of times we'll take it. So this lace, it's a grid lace with this really big floral and kind of these like, it's like a chenille kind of within these flowers. It just gives it a lot of really interesting, fun texture. I feel like there's a lot of fun stuff people could do with this. Really beautiful. I'm going to pull it out a little bit so you can kind of see. Really nice kind of weighty black lace. And these are, like I said, these kind of chenille flowers are really soft on the face. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Now we're going to get into some linens and linen blends. These two, I believe, are actually rayon linen. These particularly are just really soft, light, and drapey. Really pretty, painterly kind of like island leaves, frond, or not floral, but leaves and fronds. Really pretty, great texture. Kind of see like your traditional linen texture there, but very soft, great drape. These are really nice. This is the same thing, just in a slightly different colorway. With the purples and greens instead of the blues and greens. Really like these. I think these are going to be popular. This one here is a really cool like zebra print in a blush in kind of this like deep espresso, but it's got like kind of a mottledness to the brown. So just it has a really nice depth of color because of that. It's not flat, has a lot of interest in the print. This one's a little bit more of a mid-weight. Those ones were more of a lightweight. This would be really great for like a skirt or a dress. You could definitely do bottoms out of these. Really nice. I believe this one's rayon linen as well. Now we're getting into some 100% linens. This one's really nice. This one has this really pretty kind of traditional pattern on it with flowers and scroll work, but in like kind of like this grunge or this kind of weathered look. Really pretty, nice. Again, this one is also, it's lighter than the last one, but it is still kind of a mid-weight. Really nice and airy still though. It's a really nice, the quality on this linen is particularly nice. Really nice soft hand, and the print is really fun. These two are exceptional. These are laundered linen, so it's kind of been processed and washed, but it's got like the fluid nature of this kind of still mid-weight linen. This is not like a super light linen, but it has this really great washed texture to it. Like I said, great hand, very soft. This is kind of where you hope to get linen after wearing it for like a couple years. They've kind of done the work for you. So this feels like an already like a lived-in, beautiful linen. They have it in white. We have this in white, and then we have this in this really rich red. Same fabric, same nice weight, and again, you can kind of see like this is not the most see-through. I mean, it's a little bit opaque, but like it's not terribly see-through. It's a really nice thick weight. great hand, like fantastic hand, great fluidity. Really, really, those are really exceptional. This one here is also nice. But this is I believe this one's a rayon linen or a cotton linen. Check the site on this one because it's a blend, but I don't remember what kind of blend. This is also really nice. It's got a nice drape and a nice hand and a nice weight. Doesn't have that washed look that the last one had, but this one is also very, very nice, kind of crisp linen blend. Okay, getting into some cottons. This is a stretch sateen print, and I just really like this kind of fun, grungy brushstroke floral. Like the colors, these kind of earthy tones, really pretty, and also like it's a stretch, so you got about, I don't know, 10 to 15% stretch on the width. So if you want to do something fitted, this would be a really cool jacket. This is a mid-weight kind of, almost has kind of a brushed texture, cotton poplin with a ton of stretch. This has 25 to 30% stretch on the width, which is kind of hard to find in these wovens. And it's a really nice quality. And like I said, it has a very slightly brushed texture to it. So really interesting, really nice, deep avocado color. Now we're still in cottons, but we're going to get into some things that are a little bit closer to a flannel or like kind of like finely brushed shirtings. These come from like a fine menswear designer in New York City. So really nice stuff. This is a brushed cotton, kind of a brushed cotton chambray really in the texture. Very, very soft on the face. If you want to see the back, that is what the back looks like. So the back is not brushed. Kind of like a single nap flannel, but when I say flannel, people think pajama pants, and this is definitely something you would actually make something like a jacket out of. It's very, very nice. This as well is a brushed cotton. This one is not as fuzzy as the last one. It's very finely brushed, very, very soft on both sides. This beautiful orange and tan plaid, really, really, really nice. This one is just, this is one that you're not going to be able to stop touching. This one's really nice and soft. It's a beautiful fabric. Here's another one very similar to the last one in the hand and the behavior. This is just a very, very fine kind of royal slash violet, because it's on the purpley side, and black houndstooth check. Really, really tiny houndstooth check. But again, really soft. Nice weight on that one. I love this. I love this Madras plaid. This is a really nice, colorful plaid with these really rich jewel tones. Has a very kind of almost like a fine sheen to it. So like this is something you would make a really nice button down out of. You could do a dress, you could do a skirt. It's about I don't know, 170 plus GSM, so light midweight, really nice versatile weight. You can kind of do whatever you want with this stuff. This is really fun. This has kind of a twill weave to it. Let me pull this out. This is actually the back of the fabric, which is very pretty and usable. But this is the face. This one is, again, one that's a little bit more fuzzy, feels more in line with what you would expect when I say a flannel. But this one just has this incredible drape. This is not like a crisp fabric. This is definitely a lot more fluid. Very, very soft, nice, rich colors. Great for fall, which is like closer than it seems. Really, really nice one. I like this a lot. Okay, getting into a couple of wools. This is an Italian wool, 100% wool. Really nice, again, a nice mid-weight. White on black, like kind of like a fine window pane check. I really love this. In general, I'm kind of a sucker for a grid check like this. Really nice and rich. Great drape on this wool. This would be a really nice jacket. Something like a bomber would be really cool out of this. All right, and here we have this kind of really nice, sort of hefty. I mean, this is not like a heavy coat, but it's definitely got a little more weight to it. This really pretty wool and rayon tweed. So this also has a really nice kind of. All right, moving down here, we have this really, really pretty other wool blend. This one actually has a little bit of stretch to it. Really nice. Love the richness of the colors in this plaid. This kind of like dark cranberry, berry color. Really, really nice and rich. And then it's got a lot of other kind of interesting things going on as well in this like really kind of traditional tartan plaid. Love the colors, really pretty. All right, this here, It's a really pretty Tencel twill. It has this really kind of soft, almost sand wash, kind of brushed feel to it. So you can focus there so you can see the twill weave. It's a nice rich olive. This would be an amazing pair of like pants, but something with kind of like a gathered bottom, so it kind of blouses out a little bit. Really, really pretty. Maybe something like joggers, but I mean, I'm thinking something even with like cargo pockets. Really, really cool. Really pretty. Again, really great drape on this and a really nice medium weight. Here we have, this is actually a Cupro. So it's very lightweight, also has kind of that sand wash look to it, but this is just like, this is like butter. Incredibly soft to the touch, incredibly drapey. It's a Cupro woven. This would be an amazing top. Be aware that this is incredibly drapey and slinky. A dress would be amazing out of this. Think like little black dress, like very, very soft. Great texture and wonderful, wonderful drape. And this here is really, really interesting as well. This is another Tencel, 100% Tencel, but this is, you can kind of see, has this really, it's a woven, really more of a shirting fabric. It has this great piqué texture and this light silver. And again, it's just got that crazy drape, that great fluid kind of feel to it. Incredibly soft. And like I said, this texture is really wonderful. I love this. This is a really, really nice and really interesting fabric. All right, here we have, this is a cotton seersucker from Japan. Really pretty kind of textured, almost textured rib to it. And the seersucker, kind of a light mid-weight, really. There's lighter weight seersuckers than this. But I mean, this is not like a heavy fabric. Kind of a light mid-weight, kind of see it kind of holds up pretty well on its own. Really soft hand, again, especially for seersucker. And I love the rib. The rib gives it a really, really fun texture. Okay, getting into some shirtings from New York City. Again, we get these in from, these come from mostly like high-end menswear designers. This is a really pretty, this almost has a brushed feel too. This is so soft. Cotton Oxford, great pinstripes, love those. These are really, really nice. These next shirtings are like top quality, very high thread count poplins. Think a very, very nice men's button down. I loved this primary stripe, and also these so a lot of these stripes have coordinating plaids, which is just really fun to me. So you got the primary stripe and this really fun primary plaid. Super cool. You could probably do something really fun by matching these together. Really, really nice. This one here actually has just a little bit of stretch. I'll pull it out. This is a very classic white on black pinstripe poplin with just a little bit of stretch, not a ton, but enough to give you a little bit of room in the elbows and the shoulders or whatever, like just something that gives you a little bit extra movement, but still isn't like super stretch. Really nice. This jewel tone is amazing. It's a matte black, but like in these stripes, you can kind of see it. There's a satin element to these stripes. So the stripes have just a little bit of extra shine. It makes them pop in a really cool way. Really nice and rich. Really just, again, these stripes just kind of pop off the fabric in a way that's really interesting and really fun. Again, this is a classic shirting. So kind of a classic light midweight cotton poplin, but very, very finely woven, very nice. Here we get into some finer plaids. These also, if you kind of see, have that satin stripe to them as well. So these ones have kind of the white satin stripe and just the pin stripe on the edge of that. Really interesting. Very nice. Again, the count on these is got to be a high thread count. It's very, very smooth and soft to the touch and great. And again, coordinating plaids. So here you have the stripe, here you have the plaid in the same colors. And I'll just kind of go over these. These are all the same, just different colorways. So this one has more greens and blues, and then greens and blues on the plaid. And then this one back here did not have a coordinating stripe, unfortunately, but this one's got kind of red and tan and wine and really, really pretty. Yeah, I really like these. Okay, and this, last but not least, this actually came with those Cupro linings, but this one's just a little bit different. This isn't really a lining fabric. It's more like a lawn. So this is a Cupro lawn in this really classic barcode stripe with the blues and the black on this silvery gray. Really nice. Very kind of like very, very soft and smooth, obviously as a Cupro, but definitely as a lawn. It still has that kind of papery lightness to it. Kind of holds its shape a little bit more than like the Cupros, which can be very, very, very fluid. this one definitely holds its shape just a little bit more. But it's really nice, and again, more of a lawn. All right, that is it for this week. Let me know if you have any questions about anything you saw in this video down in the comments below, or you can shoot us an email at support@califabrics.com. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend, everybody.